I'm News 6 investigator Donovan Myrie. A Volusia County woman whose home was damaged during Hurricane Ian found relief through a federal program that gave her the funds to rebuild. But what was initially seen as a lifesaver turned into a nightmare because of unforeseen circumstances. After Hurricane Ian in September of 2022, Kellie Millwater's home in Port Orange was deemed unlivable.
My house filled with mold from the floorboard up the ceiling.
Because of the mold, the home needed to be torn down. But Millwater, who is on full disability, was able to get help through Transform 386, federal funds specific to residents of Volusia County to rehabilitate, repair, or in some cases like Millwater's, rebuild after the storm.
They tore down the house I was in, and I was given this house.
After construction, Millwater thought she was well on the road to some normalcy returning in her life. That is, until she started unpacking her belongings from a portable storage unit that had sat in her driveway.
I had all my belongings in a PODS unit, and it leaked.
Her PODS unit, best described as a mini shipping container, was supplied by the popular storage and moving company that will drop off a container, let a customer pack it up, and either leave it on property or store it in one of their warehouses.
That's my mattress, and that's water dripping out of it.
Kellie discovered many of her possessions were wet and covered in mold. Clothes, kitchenware, a soaked and moldy sofa and love seat.
A lot of personal items were gone. My furniture was destroyed. I had clothing destroyed. It was hard.
After unpacking, the damaged contents were left on the curb as trash. Kellie's estimate on the total damage? $14,000.
It was PODS that leaked. It was PODS that destroyed my furniture. And it was PODS that hasn't packed up.
Millwater showed us this picture of the water inside her PODS storage unit, number 42919BX. Your stuff was in that pod for 4 months. Were you
Correct.
surprised that things could be destroyed that quickly in 4 months in what was supposed to be?
Absolutely. And I thought that was a safe place to have it.
And it wasn't.
Obviously it wasn't.
First, Kellie reached out to Transform 386, who then reached out to PODS.
What did PODS say?
It's not their problem.
But you have pictures.
I have pictures which were sent to them.
That's right. Even after receiving pictures of her damaged belongings, PODS said Kellie was on her own. In an email to News 6, a PODS representative wrote, "The container passed a water test and no leaks were reported before or after its use at Miss Millwater's property. It has since been returned to service and no further concerns have been reported."
Tell me all these pictures are not from a leak. How did the pod get wet on the inside? That doesn't make sense to me.
Would you recommend PODS to anybody else?
No, I would not. At this point, I haven't stood by their company.
In Port Orange, Donovan Myrie, News 6.